Bastardo!
Tarto.
You can introduce this one because I don't know what to call it.
Okay. Hey guys, and welcome back to the No BS podcast. Today I'm hosting. I'm Laura, and I'm with my lovely co-host.
Saphira. Hey guys.
Hey.
Laura is hosting today.
I know. I don't have any buttons though, so
I never use the buttons.
I know. We need our own soundboard with our own things.
So one time I did use the buttons, they were louder than all the audio, and I was like, the poor people listening in their car or something getting a jump scare because I was like, woo!
We would also have the craziest sound bites as well, like the things no one even knows about, like that stuff doesn't make sense. Stuff we were talking about in that TikTok. You know the one? Like the mad Scottish stuff.
Yeah.
What is it? Hocus pocus, there's a pizza on your focus.
I love Scotland.
Oh, so good. Anywho, right, so we were going to do like Reddit horror stories, but we're going to see if we get any replies from the community first.
We really hope so. Don't be shy, guys.
Yeah, and then see what horror stories you guys have, if any. I've only got like a couple of my own, but it'd be good to do like a full episode of horror stories. So instead today I was having a wee look around Reddit to see what I could find if there's anything a little bit different. And I seen this post. Now, granted it is from 6 years ago, but it will be relevant to a lot of people.
When you told me about it, I'm like, I still low-key feel like that, and I work for a nail company.
Yeah. It's called Please Give Me a Survival Guide to the Nail Salon, which I thought, let me start reading this. So, shall we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Okay. So this person has said, I want to start investing in getting my nails done regularly, but I'm absolutely clueless about nail salons and the products offered. I've had my nails done only a few times, and each time I'm left with questions. Now, I think that's something that's really common for a lot of people, and it's something that like you don't think about when you're in the industry. Like when I was a beauty therapist, I kind of just fell into a hole or a trap even of assuming that everybody knows what they're coming in for.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, think about me when I asked you what is shellac, because I don't understand.
Yeah, people think shellac is just the universal term for gel polish.
Yeah, there's... It's like, even with builder gel and hard gel and shellac or whatever, someone that doesn't do nails isn't going to know what the hell all those different things mean.
What if it's like a tomboyish girl that's just coming in for the first time just to get her nails done? She doesn't really have a clue what to ask for. Like, your job as a professional is to be able to explain that to people and to advertise these services and to explain them and stuff like that.
100%. It's also another reason why the prescriptive manicure is so important. Another reason to use it.
Because your client might think they know what they're coming in for, but as a professional, you're then telling them, actually, you might want this or there's other options.
It's also a really good content idea for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. So she's put, here's what I think now. A manicure is for painting your nails and then maybe nail shaping and lotion, ? Gel lasts longer than polish, but how much longer? Acrylics are fake nails and they paint over the nails with your choice of gel polish. But now you can also get a thing called dip, ? So, correct, a manicure, technically, you don't have to paint your nails. A manicure can just be tidying up the cuticle, exfoliating the skin, doing a little bit of
hand massage.
A little hand massage. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. Gel polish is like a gel polish service where they put the polish on your nails that cures in the UV light.
One time I got a gel polish service and I thought that I got builder gel.
Yeah.
I thought it was like Biab.
Yeah, people don't really know. And you're not allowed to say that.
I'm so sorry.
Trademarked.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a trademark term. This is the thing. A lot of clients will come to you and be like, can I get Biab? And you might not offer Biab because that's a trademark term. It's like shellac. You know what I mean?
It's so good to let people know that though, but I suppose if we can't talk about it, I guess you can just cut that out. Let me rephrase it. One time I went to go and get a gel polish service and I thought I was getting builder gel.
And there you go. You don't know sometimes what you're booking in for. So a lot of your clients will come to you saying, can I get builder gel? And you're like, I don't offer builder gel. They don't realise that if you're just going for a gel polish service, it's just a base coat, gel polish and top coat. So yes, this person kind of has the right idea. Acrylics are fake nails. So acrylic nails are the 2 parts. So you get the liquid monomer and the powder. You dip the brush into the monomer and then into the powder, and then you create a polymer.
It's a bit more old school, and I must admit, I feel like I'm a diehard acrylic girly. I just love acrylics. I just like the process. I like watching the like nail artists do it. It's just like a whole thing. It's like an art. I like it.
It really is an art, and it's a skill. And it is one of those things that a lot of people, again, they'll just go to a nail salon and assume that they just get acrylics, and they might not know that you can also have other options like hard gel or builder gel or rubber base. And a lot of people as well, they go for acrylics thinking that they have to get acrylic extensions, but you can get acrylic overlays as well, which not a lot of people know.
About this. Know.
Like you can just get acrylic over your natural nail. Like you don't necessarily need to get a tip and then acrylic over that. So then she goes on to say, that's as far as my knowledge goes. When I've gone, I've asked for a manicure and a polish, and I picked out a manicure and a polish that I've picked out. They usually shape my nails. They have me go wash my hands. One time I was told no soap, so I just rinsed them. And there were some nail scrubbers on the side. Was I supposed to scrub under my nail? What do I do with the scrubber once I'm done? They look disposable. I was very confused. They also massage lotion onto my hands, which was nice, but is that what makes it a manicure? What's the difference between a manicure and getting a polish? Never in my life have I went to a salon and they've made me like wash my hands like in between the service.
Me neither.
Usually they just dust the nails off.
Dust the nails off or use a lint-free wipe or something.
Yeah, like never experienced that before. So if that was like your first time experiencing that at salon, I can understand why you'd be very confused. I think what a lot of nail techs need to do, or just people in the profession, like the industry profession, need to do, is like explain the process to new time clients.
100%. Such a random take, but I changed dentists so many times until I found a dentist that told me everything that he was doing, and it just makes you feel more comfortable as someone getting a service done, especially when you could be anxious about it. And I get as anxious about going to the dentist as I get about going to a new nail salon with people I don't know. And
yeah, it's a similar process if you think about it. Like dental materials are biomaterials, and so are nail products as well. Like they're very, very similar in that sense. So
yeah,
you want someone to talk you through it and put your mind at ease that they know what they're doing.
I think that is really important.
So she then goes on to say what I want. So this is what she wants. Slightly longer nails, but not fake looking long. I probably want what's considered short for most nail salons. I want colour. I usually just go for one colour. I'm thinking acrylic will get me the longer nails, but I don't really want them super long. Then when it comes to acrylic, what's the deal with getting a fill? What is that and how does that look? It's mostly an investment for full acrylics. Then you can just get fills for a while. But I've also heard that they can get mold under them. Do acrylics cover the whole nail or just part of the nail? There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, that's a lot of information. I was literally like, wait, okay.
Like I said, the acrylic thing, a lot of people assume they go for acrylics and they have to get long nails. But you could literally get an extension and have it cut super short down, so you've only got like a small free edge. You can get whatever you want. And like I said, you don't have to get acrylics to get long nails. You can get full cover tips, which is what I've got on just now. I've got long square ones. And my natural nails are just like short underneath these. You can also get hard gel extensions. It just depends on what your nail tech offers. So I would contact the nail technician first and ask them what it is they offer when it comes to lengthening nail enhancements.
Yeah. I would also recommend that if you have a particular like size in mind or a length in mind, that you express this to your nail tech at the start of the service. I know like a lot of the times it will like they'll start shaping the nails and things and you're like, oh wait, no, that's like not the shape I was going for at all. So make sure you express that before, because then they have to like start again and it's a whole thing.
Give them like reference pictures and stuff so that they don't do something completely different from what you'd expect.
Yeah, because you might say something, especially if you've never gone to get your nails done before as well. You might be like, I really want like long square, but long square that you're thinking of is actually just a wee short French tip or something.
Like this is long square. If you're listening in audio, you can't see it, but for anyone that knows our full cover tips, this is long square. But to someone else, this might be XXL.
Yeah, that to me would be XL. And you've cut them down, right?
No, these are just the way that they come.
Okay. I just got used to them. I think when I first seen them, I was like, whoa, those are so long.
But the short square won't even really pass my nail bed because I've got really long nail beds. So it depends on the person's natural nail bed length as well, what they go for and what short or long means to them.
Becca told me you love your hands. You think you have the most beautiful hands in the world.
I do have the most beautiful hands in the world. That is correct.
I
They're
literally was like,
gorgeous.
because Becca said I hate my hands, and I was like, I think we all hate our hands. I think
No,
no
not
one in
me.
the world really likes their hands.
I don't like the skin on my hands because I bite the skin. If I didn't do that, I would have beautiful hands. Apart from this little dent on the middle finger. But like other than that, gorgeous.
You're so vain.
Because they're so long. Like long witch fingers.
I've
think
got
that's
long
nice.
fingers too, but they're like, I don't like them.
But do you not think my nails look like long witch hands? Like I could cast a spell on someone.
What are you actually saying?
Like I think that looks really nice. Anyway.
I think I found the cover.
Anyway. Okay, yeah, we're unpacking this whole thing. So what's a fill, right? I can totally understand why this is confusing for a client because before I started working at Nail Order, before I started getting my nails done, before I worked in a salon, I didn't understand it either. I'm like, what is an infill? Like, what even is that?
I have actually never got an infill because I'm always too scared to ask.
Because nobody knows what it is. Right, so let's break this down, right? You've got a full set of nails, like a fresh set of nails. Now, obviously, they're not going to last you forever. I know a lot of people think that your nails are supposed to last you forever, but newsflash, they don't, right?
There will come a time where you have to get them redone.
Mm-hmm. So, say you are in, well, me, for example, I'm in 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks now, where they're grown out past the cuticle and they're kind of like, there's maybe like 2 millimeters growth there, right?
Yeah.
So what I can do is book an infill appointment at this stage. And that means that I don't need to get the entire set removed. They're just going to debulk the nails and then fill in the rest of the sparse area with gel.
Yeah, they're just going to fill that little gap in.
However, right, you can't go for an infill. Sorry, that was my glasses. You cannot go for an infill.
That was your Scottish coming out?
You can't go for an infill like if you've had your nails on for 8 weeks because the nail's going to be unbalanced. It's going to be like there'll be snappages and breakages. At that point, you're just going for a removal, book a removal, and book a fresh set of nails.
And also, you don't need to get an infill.
No, you don't need to.
You can just get a fresh set if that's what you prefer.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never gone for an infill because, like you said, I just didn't understand it. But also, I like just getting a fresh set.
Me too.
Changing up the shape.
Because I'm lazy. So I do this with my lashes. So like I'll get a fresh set of lashes. I'll get like Russian lashes, right? Say it cost me like 70 quid. I'll make those lashes last me like 2 months. And they shouldn't. But like I'll just take really, really good care of them and I'll keep them on until they've all just naturally fell out. That's fine. Granted, you can't do the same with your nails because then you're going to risk your nails like snapping and it's going to hurt and stuff like that. And you should get your lashes removed as well. But anyway, I digress. The point I'm trying to make is if you're somebody that doesn't mind going for regular top-ups all the time and maintaining that look so that it always looks like that, then you're going to want to get infills every 2 weeks. Does that make sense?
And the important part is it's like every 2 weeks.
Yeah. So
It's
if you
not-
like the salon experience, you love
Yeah.
your nail tech or your lash tech, you love catching up every couple of weeks, you don't mind spending the money, then do that. And it's just a maintenance appointment.
But do not book an infill at 5 weeks post your appointment. Don't be
No.
going.
Don't do that.
Don't be going to your nail tech with a nail mist and like, can I get an infill? Because that's not what the service is.
No. And you need to understand that. That's very important.
It's very important.
She's mentioned mold as well. So I think what this person's referring to is maybe a greenie, which can happen if you book an infill and say your nail tech is okay. It doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad nail tech, right? But what can happen is that if you're removing any like lifted areas, if there's maybe a wee bit that you've accidentally not removed and then you fill in that, moisture can get trapped and that moisture causes a bacteria called pseudomonas. I believe it's called pseudomonas. I believe the S is silent at the end. And that then causes the nail to go green.
Yeah. It can be a bit scary looking. I think people panic when they see a greenie.
Yeah, it's just like trapped moisture. So the best thing to do is just, if you notice that on a client's nail, is just to leave it, like remove the product, let the air get to it and let them grow out, you know. Unless they've got something like, unless it's not that and they've got something weird going on, like a fungal infection or something, then maybe refer them to the doctors. But if it is a greenie and it's that, then just let it grow out and don't put anything on top of that.
Yeah,
but
leave
don't
it
worry
bare.
about that when you're booking an infill. Like, the chances of that happening are quite slim.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, like, you hardly ever see a greenie.
Yeah, I don't really see them often. And it's easy enough to happen. It's not like crazy.
Is it easy enough to give yourself a greenie from, like, picking at your nails, or?
I don't know, really. I don't know.
Don't
Not
really.
sure. But yeah, I would just say don't worry about that. If that's putting you off booking for an infill, if that's the reason you're not booking an infill, I'd say don't let that be the reason. Because even if it did happen, it's not going to kill you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It will just eventually go away.
Yeah. Like, you can just put oil and stuff like that and let your nails grow out. Like, it's fine. And a lot of the times it just buffs off as well. It's just a bit of discoloration. If your nail tech's doing like a good job in checking the natural nail health underneath at each appointment, like debulking enough so they can see the nail, like thin enough, then they would notice something like that starting anyway and prevent it from getting worse. So yeah. Do acrylics cover the whole nail or just part of the nail? That was the last part of that question. So the whole nail. It's going to cover the whole nail. If there's a tip, it's going to cover the tip as well. So let's move on to the last bit. I'm also wondering, can I do gel or the dip and keep, aka the grown out length I want, and my natural nails? They're fairly strong. I have pretty good nail beds. I've gotten compliments on them. Me too, by the way. That's one of my ego complexes, that people always compliment my nail beds. And I think I've got really beautiful nail beds now because of it. Anyway, which is kind of an unusual thing to compliment. Yes, I agree.
I do think you have nice nail beds, to be fair, because there's content that we have that I will always use, like, photos of your hands, not to, like, boost your ego any further than it needs to be.
My head's getting big.
I am jealous. I hate my.
They're just very long. My nail beds are long. That's what makes them
nice.
nice.
I hate my nail
eyes.
beds. They are short and grubby and have a high apex, and no one likes them. No one wants to do my nails.
Right, back to the Redditor. If I keep my natural nails and get the gel or the dip, will that keep them strong enough to get eventually to a length that I want? Or how do I need to go about maintaining a decent looking manicure without breaking the bank too much?
What's a dip?
This is a good question. Dip nails is like an at-home, like, kind of gel service that you can do, but I'm not really too familiar with it. I'm not really sure about it, to be honest. I see a lot of adverts coming up for it, but it's terrible. I should be doing my market research, but I really just don't know. I think it's just like an at-home L&P. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
But I think this person might be referring to dip as acrylic. I'm not sure. But what I would say to this person, they're saying, how do I keep my nails maintained to a nice looking length without breaking the bank? Unfortunately, I need to break some bad news to you. Nails is a luxury service. So if you can't afford it, I would say don't get it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's harsh but true. Like, you can't. If you want something nice like that, yeah, you're right. You have to make the investment.
Yeah. If you want them done cheap and rubbish, then you know where you can go.
There are things you can do to, like, increase the longevity of your nails. So you could use cuticle oil and moisturize your hands, and obviously don't use your nails as tools. We always say that. Use something like a keysy or something, even when you're, like, opening parcels and things. Or some people don't even consider when they're sitting typing at a keyboard to chip your nails.
Do you know the amount of times that I see that, of people sending in troubleshooting photos saying, my clients have got chipping at the free edge, and I'll say, can you send me a picture of it? And they're literally at a keyboard, and you can tell they've been using their nails to type. Because I do it, I'm guilty of it, and you can see them, like, the shape isn't as crisp as what it was because I'm constantly doing this.
As if you think about it, if you're pushing the tip of your nail, the enhancement's naturally going to come away from the nail.
They're not indestructible.
Yeah, I think people do actually think that, oh, I can do whatever with these because they are.
No, Okay. Like, if you got your makeup done and you paid 40 quid for it, would you go out and stand in the rain? No, you would try and protect it, wouldn't you? But
What maybe we could round it up by talking about some of the things that we sell and how you would ask
well,
for that.
there's one last thing that she's mentioned, and it's really
What?
important. It's the last thing. Final question. Are you ready for this?
Did you read it already?
Mm-hmm. When they offer you wine, is it free?
Girl! What nail salon are you going to? I want to go there.
I want to go there as well. And I would say if someone's offering you a beverage at a place, it's free.
It would be free.
If they then charge you at the end of it, I'd be like, I didn't want this anyway.
I think a lot of salons have little things like that to make your
Yeah, like my
experience
tattoo
nicer.
artist always gives me like energy drinks and chocolates and stuff like that when I go there.
Energy drink. You're not
Yeah.
shaking. And they're like,
No, you need it because like you need the sugar to keep your body going because obviously you're in so much pain all the time.
wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny. But
Do
yeah.
not show up to a lash appointment after drinking a Red Bull, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, don't do that. Do not do that. Or tea or coffee or anything with caffeine in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, what were you saying? Round up with products that we have. That was a good idea.
Yeah, so if I wanted a hard gel,
Mhm.
Duragel, I didn't even know what that was until I started here because I would never know what to go in and ask for a hard gel. I just know about Builder Gel.
I know. I think the best thing that a client can do is if they're going to a new salon, just book in for a consultation and let them explain everything to you. Because they'll be able to look at your nails, talk about what it is that you want, discuss your lifestyle, and then prescribe you a service based on that, rather than you just being like, yeah, I want hard gel, and then just coming in and getting that, but it might not last on you or it might not be suitable for you, you know what I mean?
100%. What works on your bestie's nails might not actually work on yours at all. You might need something completely different. So,
and they might say, I want long, square, full cover tips like this. And then they get them on and they're like, oh God, I actually hate this. So like the professional will know what 100%. To do in
They'll
that
know
situation.
Better. Yeah.
But yeah, hard gel is something that's really up and coming. It's more popular recently. Not a lot of people know about it, but it is becoming more and more popular. It's basically like the acrylic of the gel world. Like you can do with it what you do with acrylic.
Mm-hmm. I had it on with full cover tips. Remember?
Half cover tips. You had it on with.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally picturing half cover tips in my mind, and I'm like full cover tips. Dummy.
Yeah. So you just basically do the same thing but with gel. I actually like the finish of it much better of a hard gel extension than I do an acrylic extension.
Me too. It's like a lot less bulky and look more natural. I got so many compliments on them.
Yeah. I do really like an acrylic overlay though. I enjoy that because it feels like just my nails but better. But then hard gel overlays are nice as well. It just depends. Like it depends on the person. Depends on the nail tech what they offer. Some will offer one or the other or both. Yeah. There's just loads of options.
You can ask for hard gel. You can ask for Builder Gel. You could ask for a rubber-based gel, like a flexible gel, if they carry it. Not everyone would maybe carry a flexible gel, but that would be maybe if you have a more active lifestyle, or say like
or swimmer.
Yeah, swimmer, or like if you work in hospitality and you're constantly washing your hands, or you can also get something called a hybrid gel, which is like in between a builder gel and a rubber base, so you get the flexibility of the rubber base and then a wee bit more added strength.
Yep.
Or of course you can get extensions.
Yep. Acrylic tips or acrylics. I think a lot of people only know about gel polish, acrylic, or builder.
Yeah, I would agree, and
forget about everything else in between.
It's good to understand exactly what service it is you're getting.
Yeah. So maybe that's just a hint for nail techs. If you are offering all of these services, like take the time to explain in your marketing and your social media to clients when they're in salons, like all the things it is that you offer, because that might attract someone to booking in for that service. Don't keep it all to yourself. You've got all these amazing products. Shout them from the rooftops.
100%. I think this is a really good way to maybe have a listen and think from a customer's perspective.
Yeah.
Anyway,
thanks Redditor. Thanks random Redditor from 6 years ago. That was a great read.
Yeah. I do actually love a wee Reddit story.
Me too. So good.
Anywho.
Anyway, thanks so much for listening, guys. We hope you liked that one. We're actually not sure where the next one's going to be, so keep your eyes peeled. Literally could be anything.
I have a good idea now that I thought of whilst we were recording.
Oh, have you? On you go. Can it be that good?
Oh, good. My brain's like a sieve.
She's having a brain fart, guys. Right, okay, we're going to see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you're notified next time we upload, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye! I was wondering if you wanted to re-record the beginning of that and say, like, welcome to this episode, we're going to break down this question, and for you as a nail tech, would be a good way to listen to, like, an outsider's perspective and think about how you can tackle this in your own salon. I don't think that's it.